The attack was perpetrated on two major stations of the Moscow subway system. One is actually literally right below the former KGB and current FSB security headquarters, and the other one is an important cultural location in Moscow, and therefore both stations are extremely symbolic for Russians. We also know that the casualties currently are actually quite low. Right now we have under 50 killed, which is actually fortunate considering how packed the trains were for the morning rush in Moscow. What seems to have happened is a level of coordination that train attacks in Russia have not seen before. There was an attack between the St. Petersburg and Moscow train route in 2007, and also a Moscow subway attack in 2004, which was a suicide attack. This one may have been actually initiated by cell phones. There's information coming out of Moscow about the use of cell phones triggering the bombs. It could have also been a coordinated suicide attack. Either way, it seems to actually have risen the bar for train attacks. It is the spring in Russia, and during spring, Russians usually call it terrorist season. There's always some sort of an attack that ends up being blamed and ends up being perpetrated by Chechen militants or North Caucasus militants. Therefore, this is obviously the number one target right now that Russians are sort of focusing in on, but we don't know for certain until someone claims responsibility. It's really early to tell yet whether this was a suicide attack or a coordinated attack using cell phone detonators, but before we have more tactical information from the ground, it's not clear. There is another issue, and that's that the Russian government basically declared end of major operations in North Caucasus and specifically in Chechnya over in March of 2009. So the question is going to be, how is the Russian population going to see these attacks and perceive the government's efforts to deal with North Caucasus and terrorism there following that announcement in March, which was very much publicized and was really stressed as sort of a grand ending to what has been a long problem.